In this session, we'll give you a quick overview on how to model data in OutSystems. We'll start with an example data model and show you how entities are mapped to the database. When we think about modeling data for an application, we need to consider it's going to contain information that has value for the business. This information typically needs to be stored and retrieved later. The application's information or data represents different business concepts. In OutSystems, those concepts are modeled and referred to as entities. Database entities hold data that can be stored in and then retrieved from a database. Let's use a shopping app's data model for example. A shopping app would need to keep track of the customers and their orders, and which products were in those orders. Orders might have a priority and might have an order status. We can take these business concepts and represent them as entities. Those entities would be defined and created in our development environment. Those entities would also have attributes, and they might have relationships between each other. On the right side of the screen, we can see a representation of our shopping app's data model. We can see here that the order might have a relationship with different products. We also see that the order would be placed by a customer, and the order has a relationship with its priority and its status. Among other attributes, the order has a due date and a shipped-on date, so these attributes will represent all the information relative to an order. The OutSystems platform server takes a data model like this and creates the required database tables for us. Here's how the concept of entities relates to those used in databases. An entity in OutSystems will become a database table. An entity can have attributes, which in turn have a type. It may be date, email, or any other available type. Attributes are essentially database columns. Entities will end up having identifiers, which are primary keys in the database table. Entities can also have references to other entities, which we define through reference attributes, and those are foreign keys in the database. Our entities can also have indexes, which are actually an index of the database table. Finally, entities can have records or instances, so we might have multiple instances of a customer. Those are rows inside the customer table in the database, which sometimes are referred to as tuples.